Okay, shooting this one for the players that are up north, not able to get out on the grass like here in Florida. I grew up in Canada where the playing season was really short, so I had to make use of those long winters and try to figure out ways to try to improve while being inside. It's obviously with TrackMan now and simulators, it's a lot easier to make substantial improvements while being indoors. But I just wanted to show you one. If you're at your house, if you're at a place where, like I was when at my parents' place, big window in the living room, I could turn the lights off or turn the lights on at night. That big window became a mirror, and then I used that mirror to try to make improvements to my swing over the winter. Just trying to keep the muscles moving and keep using those golf feels, so when I got a chance to play again, I was ready to go. So a couple of things that I wish I would have known back then that I'm going to show you in this video to highlight how you can use that environment. Obviously it's a different type of training, right? There's no factors, we're just working on feels, trying to get into the good positions coming into the ball. So if I get set up here, so I got the mirror in front of me, so you're my mirror, okay? So I'm gonna show you a couple things using you as my mirror, and then sort of what you'll see in the mirror when you're doing this, okay? So you get set up, I got a stick on the ground, I got a ruler here. So the ruler and the stick is just to help with alignment and face position. So I'm just using the back edge of the ruler to help my club face look square. And it's one of those things where it's something that you can start with. When you're out there playing, you might have to make small adjustments. There's not a ton of players that actually aim the face exactly at the target when they're set up. For those obviously who are drawing it, they might have the face slightly open. For those who are fading it, they might have it slightly closed. But I always think it's a nice reference, you know, to just work on calibrating what square setup is going to feel like for you, okay? So I get set up in here, face is square to the ruler, feet are square to the stick. And then what I want you to work on as you're going back, okay, so I'll give you one backswing, one downswing. So as I'm going back, as I get to here, from here to the top of the swing, I want you to do your best to see if you can maintain the angle sort of through your belt buckle and through your shoulders, okay? So when I see people repping this, a lot of times I see them doing it by sort of standing up and extending a lot through their upper body. Where I want you to do it, keep that angle in the hips and whatever you need to do to still feel like you're rotating without adding a ton of that look, okay? So meaning my upper body sort of extending and staying a little bit too much on my lead side, so I want it keeping the pelvis angle. As I get to the top, this knee is obviously let it do what it needs to do. You'll probably feel this side of the pelvis down a little bit, and then that's gonna put you in a spot when you're out there playing, you're here, you don't have to do much, and then you can start to drive off and start to make that move into impact, okay? The other thing I think is interesting too when you're going slow is when you're working through the ball indoors, a neat thing to do is, so you get up here, you get to that spot, so the downswing, you're trying to let the sweet spot follow the body motion, right? And then as I get into impact, I still want, when you're working on it, see if you can still produce a bit of energy with the club handle through the ball and move it around your body as you work to the finish. So if I flip around, so what I'm trying to do is I get close to impact, and then basically the shaft angle, I want that club traveling up that shaft as I'm moving through, right? But I want you to do it with a little bit of energy, because that's more of the muscles that we're going to use impact, post-impact, and that's a good feeling to help you just work on that delivery position and then driving post-impact. Because you see a lot of guys, when they're coming in, if they're not strong sort of through this chain of muscles here, they'll come in and they'll make an adjustment, maybe fall out of the shot a little bit, maybe back out of the shot a little bit. Where I want you here, the club head's working up the shaft, meaning up the angle that the club or that the shaft is here, right? So it's just traveling up, up, up and around. So I do that with a bit of speed, and then that's going to help me work on those muscles and work on that feeling impact and through impact. Give those things a try. I think that's going to really help when you get a chance to get outside.